Hi, my name is Elias Hernandez, and today I'm interviewing Valente Rodriguez.
¿Qué pasó, guys? How you doing? My original idea, after my mind was set on, okay, I'm going to be an actor and I'm going to try and do it professionally, right? My biggest dream was, man, just let me get enough money so that's all I do. You know, just let me pay bills. If I can pay bills as an actor, that's it. You know, I never had any grand ideas about winning Oscars or walking down the red carpet or any of that kind of stuff. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do and make enough money to pay bills. Um, and I was blessed. It went well. It went really, really well. Even if you win an Oscar, even if you become the most successful person in the whole wide world, you will find more satisfaction coming back to your hometown and reaching down and helping those that need a little help. That will give you more satisfaction than winning the Oscar. Because the Oscar is just an award they give you, man. That's all. The work's already done. The Oscar is just that. It's just a piece of something. It's not living. It's not breathing. It doesn't have a heartbeat. There's no warmth there. But you come down here and you do that, and then 20 years later you meet them somewhere, and they go, I heard you talk when I was this old and you inspired me and you made me want to do this, what did I want to do? And now I'm living not a rich life, but a really, really happy life, creating and all this, and you changed my life. That is to me much more fulfilling than any kind of thing. He goes, so what did you do in preparing for Ernie? I said, well, the very first thing I had in mind was these two guys are supposed to be best friends from when they were 5 years old, right? And now they're like 35 or 40. So they spent all this time together. They're from the same neighborhood, right? So my thought was, Ernie has to sound like George because they're best friends. They talk the same lingo. They talk in the same way. If one of the vatos talks like this, then the other vato probably talks like this too because they're from the same neighborhood, carnal, right?
Right.
And so a lot of my work was listen to George. Even before the audition, I was like, because I didn't know George. So I would turn on his stand up. I look for interviews he might have done on a talk show or something like that, and I listen to the way he talks. Um, and he grew up in San Fernando Valley, so it's that San Fernando Latino voice. I paid a lot of close attention, and then I try to speak as close to what he speaks like as possible. Then Ernie's a real person, so I met him. I looked at him and watched him, and was like a detective writing things down. Oh, he does this. Oh, he does that. He does, like that. And then my brother, my brother is just older than me, Chong, who's really really funny, um, and has a particular way of looking at the world. Uh, he's very kind. He's a very kind human being. And for Ernie, the first word that came to my mind is friend, George's best friend. And the second word that came to my mind was innocent. Ernie's an innocent. He's 35, yeah, but he sees the world in an innocent way. He's not evil. He's not malicious.
It's very naive character.
Very naive. Doesn't try to take advantage of anybody. Believes everything you say, you know. And so, with those two words in mind, listening to what George is sounding like, and looking at Ernie, and then thinking about my brother and thinking how kind and helpful and generous he is, that's all of those thoughts were what it made Ernie. What I thought made Ernie.
There was an episode all about Ernie having a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like
Right.
that's why he wasn't like where he could be because
Yes.
he was like purposely not evolving.
Yes.
If you could give like Ernie the perfect ending, what ending would you give him? Like what do you wish he could overcome?
I wish Ernie would find love with not paternal love, but love with another human being, love with a woman. I wish Ernie finds that. I wish Ernie finds a human being who's as kind to him as he's going to be to her. That's what I wish. Um, He has everything else. As messed up as you think Ernie's life might be right now, it's not really all that messed up. He's got a good friend. He's got a loving mom. He's got, even Georgia's family loves him. He's got a good job. He actually does a good job. The only thing that's really lacking in his life that he really, really wants is he wants a woman. He wants to be married. He wants to be a dad. That's what he wants. And you know what? Ernie would make the best husband and the best dad in the whole wide world because he's kind and he's caring and he's compassionate and he's respectful. He's all of those things. It's just that for whatever reason, he just hasn't run into the person he's supposed to be with. But that's what I would wish for more than anything else, because I think Ernie's life is perfect. I would love to move back down, but unfortunately now my life is in Los Angeles. I'll always come back down to visit. Always, always, always. Um, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, because these days, with the phone, you can make a whole movie. You can make a whole series down here, shoot it down here, and then put it on YouTube and try and monetize it that way, or shoot it and then take it to film festivals, and at film festivals people come that have the power to say, I want that, I want to buy it from you, and I'm going to put it on TV, so you can go about it that way. Uh, it's really the amount of creativity that you can have, that you can put into your product, and how ready you are to take the next step into the larger world, the bigger world.
So I was working in a werewolf film 6 years ago. I was just a college kid. It was me and my friend Daryl Delgado and me, Elias Hernandez, and I had put on like this like Chewbacca suit,
Right.
and then we put on like a wolf mask that we already had, and we did like concept footage in my friend's backyard in Mercedes.
Right.
So we did all this concept footage, and then it looked real cheap and stuff, and we just put it on YouTube, right?
Right.
Kind of forgot about it. Like 5 years later, turns out someone saw the clip and stole it.
Yeah, just
They,
took
they
it.
just took it. They took it, and that one YouTuber, whoever he or she was, people started copying them, and so it went
It just
viral
took
as
off.
like a cryptid sighting. And so like every like few weeks, I'll go
Right.
on TikTok and it'll be a new person saying this is a dogman sighting,
Right.
and it'll be me. Like it'll be me too. Like it's me. Like it's not a dog man. It's just like it's just me in this like
Okay.
Halloween suit.
Right there, that's a story too. Okay, actor wants to be famous, becomes famous, but nobody knows it's him.
Exactly.
Just that dilemma. That's a really good short.
So we're just continuing the film. The
Right.
film's called Varuv, and so we're continuing it. We're gonna make it an anthology
Mhm.
film because now I got to use the concept footage too.
Of
So,
course.
but I also want to do it like cinematic too. So I'm
Mhm.
like, we'll do like at least two different films in one film. So we
Mhm.
get like the cinematic one to showcase that we can
Mhm.
do a cinematic story,
Mhm.
and then we're gonna get like one that's just with all the shorts put together. That's
Mhm.
gonna be viral, kind of like Blair
Mhm.
Witch type thing.
Right.
So
Right.
that's what we're doing.
Every single day, you have to do a little bit of what feeds your soul. Every single day, if it's writing, and if you're a writer, I say block off 20 minutes, at least 20 minutes. You don't have to do more than 20 minutes. You can if you want, but 20 minutes to sit and write every single day. I get up in the morning at 6, I make some coffee, and then from 6 to 6:30, I write. And then I put on my clothes and I go to work. Every single day, every single day, every single day, every single day. Repetition is a good way to solidify things in your head and to make yourself better.
There's a lot of remakes nowadays.
Mhm.
There's a lot of remakes. There's a lot of reboots. A lot of people don't like them, but a lot of actors, it gives them the opportunity
Right.
to play the character that they always dreamt of playing. Is there a specific character that already exists that you would love to play?
Yeah, man, there's tons of those. I want to play everything. Did you hear they're redoing La Bamba?
Oh yeah, I heard about
They're
that.
remaking
Yeah.
La Bamba, right? Which my first thought was, why, man? It's such a good film, but it is what it is. Uh, I'd love to see some of the older parts that were once played by white guys that was really supposed to be Mexicans, played by Mexicans now,
Right.
right?
Of course.
Those would be cool. I would much rather be part of some completely new work. That way you're not being compared to the old stuff. And then usually the things you want to remake were already successful.
Right.
That's why you want to remake them. because they were already successful, right? And if they're already successful, that means they're already good.
Yeah.
So why are you trying to remake something that's already good?
Just remake the bad stuff that had potential.
Yeah,
You should
or
do
come
that.
up with something brand new. That way you're
Of
not being
course.
compared to the other, because the first thing they're going to say is, it's not as good as the first one.
All right. Of
It's not as
course.
good as the first one. You're always going to be compared to that first one, right? So I would say put your energy into new stuff. But at the same time, if it's work for Latinos, and there's not a lot of that out there in LA, I applaud any kind of work that's going to employ a Latino. You know, any kind of work.